Ruby. I'm currently here at the station. Today I'm meeting with some people from the Teenage Cancer Trust and specifically a girl called Hanna, who I'm going to be chatting with about exam stress, exam results, and yeah, I'm just generally very excited to meet her. Okay, so finally arrived and I am here with Hanna, and you're going to be getting to know her during the course of this video, but just to quickly say hello.
Hi.
We're here in this really cool room.
It's really fancy.
Like, it's so fancy, I don't think we should be here. And yeah, we're gonna get started with filming now, which is really exciting. Here you go.
Thank you very much. I feel like I'm on the news. Like,
Yeah,
on
no.
a quiz show.
It feels so oddly professional.
Yeah.
Okay, Hanna, so tell me and everyone watching this, I guess, a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm 18, just finished all my A-levels at school. I'm hoping to go to university in September. But in year 11, so 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer about 3 months before my GCSEs. And so I guess you could say I didn't have the typical experience as with everyone else.
Had you just done January mocks or?
Yeah, literally. I finished my last mock exam, and a teacher, as I walked out the room, teacher came and said, "Oh, can you come down to the office?" And I'm like, oh, what's going on here? This is weird. And there's my parents, and off I go to hospital for my first like scans and checkups and all that stuff. It was really strange.
Oh my gosh. And like as you came out of your
Literally,
exam,
as I walked out, it was mad.
Oh my gosh. What was going through your mind? Did GCSEs occur to you?
I went straight from Gloucester, transferred to Bristol, started chemo within like a week and a half. And so I think at first I was so focused on that, and then I kind of got to the end of my first cycle, and then I had 2 weeks at home, and I was like, oh wait, everyone else is at school and there's exams, and oh, what's this happening, and what's going to happen with this, and what's going on.
Can I first of all ask about how your GCSEs went?
Yeah, they went a lot better than expected. I ended up, so it was the first year where they had the new system, you know, when they have numbers.
Oh my gosh,
so I had
double
3
stress.
numbers and the rest all letters, so it was a bit confusing.
Okay.
So I ended up with pretty much all A's and A stars equivalent. So that
How
was
amazing is that?
Yeah, it was
I mean,
totally
incredible,
unexpected.
like that resilience. Who were some of the people that helped you the most during exam time, would you say?
I think my school were definitely the most helpful. As I said, like them saying I could come back for sixth form.
Yeah,
It took the pressure off. It meant that it was my choice to do the exams rather than feeling that I had to.
What about friends, parents?
Yeah, I think my friends were all really supportive. I think it was hard for them because they obviously have their own
Yeah.
exams to focus on. But my friend's really useful. One of my friends, we were in pretty much all the same lessons, so she would collect any work for me and then just pop round and drop off anything. And she was like, yeah, do it if you want, don't have to. A lot of the Teenage Cancer Trust people in the hospital were amazing. My youth support coordinator, so they organise activities and things on the wards. She put up loads of signs on the doors that had little funny puns about exams, and it said, like, you know, to remind the nurses to be quiet when they went past the room and things like that. And I just thought that was a really nice little thing that I wouldn't have like thought of doing if that was.
But the fact that she went out of her way to do it.
Yeah, it was just a nice little touch.
Can I ask what it was like doing exams in hospital?
Really strange, not gonna lie, it was so strange.
Didn't feel like an exam?
No, because I was still like hooked up to the chemo, it was still like dripping through, and it was
So you were having chemo at the same time as doing them both?
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure how chemo makes you feel, of course, but it must be exhausting.
Yeah, that was like my biggest side effect, I guess. Obviously, well, lost your hair and all that, but one of the other big things I noticed was I was tired all the time, and you know, it wipes you completely. I've never felt like with so little energy.
How do you think your experience might have been different if you hadn't been in a Teenage Cancer Trust ward and you've been with, you know, older people or just in a different environment, really?
I think it definitely would have been really different, because on the Teenage Cancer Trust ward I had my own room, which meant that you could go and be quiet and have some time to yourself, and I think it would have been difficult to find a quiet space to actually do the exam in terms of logistics. It would have been really difficult on a normal ward, and I think it would have been hard to be with a lot of older people, because I guess you can't really relate to it a lot, because I guess when you're on the ward, even if there's people who are 23, 24, a bit older, they've still gone through exams in the same way you have. And I do kind of thank my blessings that I was on that ward, because it just made everything more comfortable.
What advice would you give to students who are
awaiting exam results at the moment? Because obviously we've got results day coming up very soon. You've got your results for A-levels coming up very, very soon.
Yeah.
Do you have any key advice, maybe in light of your experience, which you could offer?
Yeah, I think you've got to remember that exams aren't the be-all and end-all. If they go well, great, that's really brilliant, and congratulations to you for that. But I think you've got to remember that there's so many options nowadays. Even if they do go really badly, there's so many things you can go and do. Like, you don't have to do A-levels to do well, you can do other things. And I think just remembering that it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, like really keeping things in perspective.
Yeah.
One thing actually that I made an effort to do before A-level results day, because I was thinking, this is because your first instinct when you do think about results day is what's going to happen if I don't get into the university that I've applied for? What happens if I don't get those grades that I wanted? And the way that I tried to combat that personally was by doing an excessive amount of research into my plan B, plan C, plan D. When I feel organised, I feel more in control.
Oh, it's a question.
Oh, okay. This one's for me.
Oh, exciting. So what would you say, what's your highlights for your first year at uni? What can I look forward to next year?
What can you look forward to? A lot. The academics that teach you at university are so knowledgeable in their fields, and they're interested as well to talk about what they work in and the fields that they're interested in, being able to have those conversations and having people so open to having those conversations. Yeah,
just interested in what you're doing and what you want to know about.
Exactly.
So what advice would you give to other people starting this year? What do you think is a really key piece of advice to remember?
So this again lies in line with socialising. Don't be afraid to say hello to people. Because it feels really weird. It feels strange just going up to someone that you've never met and saying, "Hi, my name's Ruby. What's your name?" It just feels unnatural because it's not the kind of thing that you do in everyday life. You don't meet someone on the tube and go up and be like, "Hello." People might give you strange looks.
I think if I did that this morning, people would have just gone, "What is wrong with her? Like, what is she doing?"
Even if you smile at someone on the tube, they're like, "What are you smiling
What's going on?"
at me? Oh, this is sad. Question 7. What is your best memory from exam time?
I think finishing is always, getting them done is always the best one. I think especially because for most people, our last exams were physics and we had 2 exams, but because I was doing double science, I only had to do 1. So I got to walk out when everyone else was still doing exams, and I was like, "Bye guys, I'm off, I'm going home."
I can leave, I finished my GCSEs.
Yeah, so that was a very satisfying moment,
And what about your strangest memory?
Yeah, I think it was really strange. One of my GCSEs I did at home. So I'd just come back from hospital, but was still kind of recovering from the chemo, I guess. And it was really strange having teachers come to my house and do an exam on my dining room table. Because obviously they have to invigilate it and everything.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, I just sat and ate breakfast at this table and now I'm doing an actual GCSE. It's strange because I would usually do homework on things at that table. But to think it was an actual real life
Did it make
exam.
you feel more relaxed?
I think in a way, I didn't
feel like an exam.
Yeah, it didn't quite hit me in the same way as I guess when you walk into the exam hall,
especially with all your friends.
Yeah, you're in a line with everyone,
so
and you walk in and there's a big room full of tables and chairs and
a big clock at the front.
Yeah, it's quite stressful. Yeah. Whereas at least it was just kind of me and a teacher in my kitchen.
Oh, so relaxed. It's oh my gosh, that's so funny.
And it was a teacher I knew quite well as well, which was quite nice.
So afterwards you had some tea?
Yeah, pretty much. After the exam we were just kind of sat there chatting for 15 minutes. And she was like,
so
I've got to go back to school now.
I'm actually teaching a lesson.
Yeah. So that was strange. And again, one of my teachers came to invigilate the exams in the hospital. And that was really strange because I think at that point I'd seen hospital and school as 2 very separate things.
Yeah.
And then now it was very coming together.
They were joining together as one.
Yeah. What about you? Have you got any strange exam?
Mine's definitely not as strange.
No.
But there was one exam where I walked into the hall thinking I'd be in a hall with many other people. It was the whole of our sports hall, which is the one that they use for exams. And there were tables lined up as usual, 200 desks. And I was the only one taking an exam.
And it was the strangest thing because I had to go and find my name. But I wasn't even at the front. I was like in the middle.
Yeah, just like in the middle of the
by
hall.
myself.
Yeah.
And it was my form tutor who was actually invigilating.
That's weird. That's
and
so
halfway
strange.
through, I needed more paper, so I put up my hand and was like, "Dr. Smith, can I have some paper?" And he was like, "Ruby, you don't have to whisper. You're the
No one
only
else here."
one here." But that was really good fun, actually. Okay,
Yeah.
so we finished our questions.
Yeah, we've got through it all. We did
all 3 cards. That's pretty good going.
I'm proud of us. It's a good achievement.
Exactly. This is a bigger achievement than A-levels. So to learn more about the Teenage Cancer Trust, then there is a link down below which you can click on, and you can learn more about the work that they do and hear more stories like Hannah's. Okay, so it's the next morning and I just wanted to round up yesterday. Yesterday was such an incredible experience speaking with Hannah. Such an inspiring young person, so resilient, so powerful. And I genuinely do feel just so inspired after speaking with her yesterday. I hope that you feel the same having watched this video. It was an absolute honour to work with the Teenage Cancer Trust on this video in speaking with Hannah, because it is something so important for us to talk about. If you're suffering with cancer, or there are other circumstances which you are really having to concentrate on during your exams, this can obviously play a huge role in your perception of exams and how stressed you are and how they go, and it's something we don't talk about enough, so I'm so glad that we've been able to really start this conversation today. I'd love to hear your thoughts as well in the comment section on what we heard from Hannah today, and what Hannah said today. Hannah was just so lovely. Honestly, I'm so glad to have met her. I went for lunch afterwards at Pratt and we properly caught up for like an hour and a half, and it was just amazing to meet her. Hopefully we're going to meet up again next time we're both in London, but yes, thank you so much for watching this video. It's one that I've really enjoyed filming, and yes, I hope that you have a productive